Alright, special video I'm making today is how to make the best ramen on the planet. And use a microwave, and you mix 2 ingredients and you do it in a special way. And it really is the best ramen ever. It takes a little more effort than some other recipes I have, but this is what you need to start. To start, you need Maruchan chicken ramen noodles, and you need a Buldak artificial spicy chicken ramen. Stir-fried flavor, just one of the packs. So here is how we're going to prepare it. We're going to start by getting this out. And we get a Buldak ramen, and we're gonna use the noodles from the Buldak ramen in the bowl. And here's Buldak ramen. So we got our Buldak ramen. We pop it in the bowl, crush it down so it fits. And then we're going to want to come over and use some water, just enough to cover the noodles, like so. So about that much. Just squish it down so it just barely covers the top. It can stick out of the water a little bit, that's fine. So you want to use your microwave oven, and you want to put it in there, and you want to put it on high and push 4 minutes. And we're going to let that cook for 4 minutes. Once that's done cooking, we are going to take the chicken ramen noodle seasoning packet out of the chicken ramen noodle seasoning, and we're going to discard the noodles because they're sprayed with TBHQ, a preservative, which is kind of waxy and weird. And you know, the South Korean Buldak noodles are way higher quality. Mind you, that seasoning packet is so freaking hot, it's not even edible. It's not delicious. But this is a secret to make the most delicious damn thing you've ever had when it comes to ramen noodles. So you need this guy. So all you do is, once the ramen noodle comes out of the oven, you mix this pack with it in a special way too. You know, I'll just show you. Come on over here. This is going to be a 4-minute longer video than I anticipated, but I do these things on the fly. You know, for all the anime fans in the world that have quested the lands and all of the earth for the best ramen noodle recipes, this is it, dude. I've tried a lot, you know. The one I eat most commonly is a variation of the Maruchan chicken ramen, but this one, when you can get the Buldak noodles and you can get that concentrated spice stuff, this stuff, you know, it's great. Because what we're going to do here, in short, we're going to mix this with the Buldak noodles once we drain out 100% of the water. All of the water we're going to drain out. Once we do that, you basically have a fancy chicken ramen, but you take this. Only use a tiny, tiny amount of it. The smallest bit. Because you use this whole thing, you've got about 3 million Scoville units in there in the regular Buldak ramen, and you will not be able to feel your mouth. Mind you, it'll be the best time you've ever had with not being able to feel your mouth, because they really are good. If you've never had the Buldak challenge, it's simply just eat one of these regular, you know, and it's okay, but it's novel. This is something that's actually delicious and fun to eat. You know, so this is how we're going to do it. Bear with me. It's a short video, but it's worth it for the secret of the best ramen ever. So we've got minute 45 left on there. So, again, we're going to mix the powder with the dry noodles after they're cooked. We're going to mix a teeny bit of this to give it that spice that we like a lot. Just a teeny bit. Teeny bit is all you need. And then this. We are going to sprinkle all of this, which is seaweed flakes and sesame seeds, over the top once it's all mixed and done. And boom, there you go. World's best ramen noodles. Let me see if I can find my monogrammed fork for this. Let's see. Oh, there it is. This is my fork. This is my special fork. It's got a B on there for bland. That's my It's my last name. Bland, like the bad taste. When I used to be a telemarketer, I used to tell people, my last name may be Bland, but I like it spicy. I would tell people that. They'd be like, let me talk to your supervisor. And I'd say, I am the supervisor. Then I'd transfer him to someone else, and they'd be like, that last guy told me his name was Bland, but he likes it spicy. And then the other guy would go, that is his name. He was telling the truth. You know? So, but anyway, we got 30 seconds left here on the ramen noodles. Bum, 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 bum. You really got to do these for 5 minutes. Or 4 minutes in there. You know, you got to do it for the full time. Almost there. Bum, 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 bum. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. As long as we're talking about ramen noodles, while I bring these over to drain them in the sink, be careful because it will be hot. There's an anime called Space Dandy on Hulu. It's a classic. But yeah, they go through a window in an intergalactic store to a magical dimension that is the ramen noodle dimension. And there they meet a man, an alien man, who has made ramen noodles for countless centuries in a time out of time, and he slides it through the interdimensional wormhole window, and then the innocuous bowls of ramen just slide across the bar at some Japanese Ichiban ramen place. In the anime, they don't know where it comes from. The ramen just comes out of the mystical little window. Yeah. The ramen noodle was always stale by the time it got to the other side of the interdimensional door. That's why they say ramen noodles have a little bit of stale-likeness to them. And the broth would go old, and that's why it's all extra salty and such. There's a fire-breathing alien guy, you know, looked kind of like Jeff Goldblum after he went through the Fly transformation in the Fly movie. You ever seen that, where the man goes through a teleporter with a fly and becomes part fly? It's a great movie, horror film from the early 1990s. But all right, so here we are. We're just picking it apart a little bit, you know, so the noodles are just nice and loose. And once they're like that, we're going to drain it. So here we go. We're going to drain the noodles very carefully. You know, I'm going to set the phone down for a second to get a bird's eye view of me while I'm draining the noodles, because I don't want to burn myself. That'd be funny. Like, give me more ratings. No. Yeah, if you like this weird oddity video, we've got other weird oddity videos. We've got all kinds of fun videos on this channel. David is Goliath channel. Yeah, tell your friends. I've got a total of 9 subscribers. So I'm going places. No, but this is going to be fun. You know. Getting all my food videos out there, all my oddities, all my secrets. So again, when I say no water in this, I mean absolutely no water in this. Like, looking at it right here. Here's the noodles now. And they are very, very lack thereof of water. So, now we're going to add the seasoning pouch. Zip. I'm biting the pouch open. Alright, here we go. So we're adding the seasoning pouch to the noodles. Bum, 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 bum. To the dry noodles, the entire seasoning pouch. Use all of it. And then we're going to mix that in. Boom, boom, boom. And it's going to be really flavorful. And that's what you want. I don't know how they get away with saying a 1 ramen noodle package of Maruchan ramen noodles has 2 servings inside it. Have you ever known anybody to save half a bowl of ramen for later? That's ridiculous. 2 servings. That's just how they get away with, you know, doping it up with sodium. All right. So we got the yummy chicken here. If you're not into spicy, you can just eat it just like this and just add the flake on top. So here's the bulldog part. We're going to take just a tiny bit of this. And when I mean a tiny bit, I mean a tiny bit. Because this is an artificial spiciness. It means it's concentrated. It's a concentrated artificial spice. So here we go. Just going to do a little bit. That's good. It's probably a little bit too much, actually. Yep, and like there's like 80% of it left in there. Maybe 90% of it left in there. You do not need much. Just enough for color is going to give it all the flavor that you need. So this is what we're looking like for the world's most delicious ramen. You got the Maruchan chicken ramen pack, a little bit of bulldog for spice, and then to garnish it off, you do the flake. And this flake, again, is made out of black seaweed, dried black seaweed, and it's also made out of sesame seeds that come from South Korea. And it's delicious stuff. You know, the process that these go through to go from the factory to the package is a heck of a lot more refined than the Maruchan ones, I tell you. A lot less preservatives, a lot higher quality noodles. And there you go. There you have it. Here we go. Mm. 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 Oh, man. Perfect ramen noodle. Not too spicy. Got that Maruchan flavor I like the most. And more importantly, it's got the noodles from the bulldog. And it's way good with a little bit of that spice. But, yeah. There we go. That's the secret to the world's best ramen noodles. Peace out. Good video. Check out some more of them. Subscribe. It's fun.